Hello dear students, how are you today? Today we are going to talk about weather. You're welcome to this master class. Okay, in order to know about weather, we have to know about ecology. Ecology is the study of the relationships between organisms and their environment. When we talk about organisms, we talk about human animals or simply living plants or animals. What about environment? Environment is the air, water and trees and the land where we live. Okay? Now we are going to talk about ecology and some words. First, ecosystem, biodiversity, habitat, species, climate change. Okay, what about ecosystem? It is a community of organisms that interact in the environment. Next, we have biodiversity. It is related to life forms, essential in the stability of our world. Now we have habitat. Habitat is the natural environment, organisms, where organism lives, grows, provides food and water. It is very important for us as human beings. Now about species. It is a group of organisms that produce and plays a specific role within its ecosystem. Now it is important to talk about climate change. When we talk about climate change, it is when we talk about climate patterns that occur because of the human activities like burning gas and the deforestation and industrial activities. Okay? Let's continue. Now, we are going to talk about weather. When we talk weather, we have some words that we can use to describe weather. For example, sunny, partly cloudy, windy, rainy, heavy rain, cloudy or overcast, or stormy. For example, we usually say it's sunny. It's a sunny day, the sun is shining, or it's partly cloudy, or it's windy, no? Next, about rainy. It's rainy, there's a shower today, it's wet, okay? Now, what about heavy rain? It's raining heavily, it's rainy weather in day. Okay, what about overcast? It's overcast, it's dark and cloudy. Stormy, it's stormy. There's a thunder, okay? It is usually you on the radio when you listen to a program. It's, you listen, today will be cloudy, today will be sunny, okay? These are specific points that we use when we talk about the weather today. Okay. Next, in order to know about weather, we have to talk about agriculture and food, water resources, human health, and safety. But what we relate to agriculture and food? It is a crucial role in various aspects because we have our vegetables, our fruit in order to eat, okay? Now, water resources. These are water patterns that influence the distribution of water resources. We can say rivers, lakes, oceans, okay? In human health and safety, we can say that it is related to weather, that the weather influences human health and well-being in varying ways. Okay, we have to have a clean weather. Okay, let's continue. Now we are going to use the present perfect tense because it is a tense that we can use in order to talk about weather. Okay, the present perfect tense we use in a specified time. It is like experiences. For example, when the event happened at an unspecified time in the past. For example, I met the president, she's won many awards. In this case, we don't say when these things happen in the past, okay? It is a life experience. Okay, what about unfinished time periods? We use the present tense to talk about periods of time that haven't finished, such as today, this week, this month. For example, I've been very busy this week. She's had 5 cups of coffee today. Okay, these are time periods. But now we are going to talk about finished event connected to now. This is an action that happened in the past, okay, but has connection to now as a result of the present. I've eaten too much, okay, it is today, the present, no? They have studied for the test, okay? It is connected to now or today. Okay, what about achievement? This activity has recently been completed or done. For example, I finally finished my homework. Okay, we have just 1 hour late. Okay, it is an achievement. Excellent. It is an action that you started in the past and now you have finished. Okay, excellent. Now, we have to talk about the use of for. To say how long something has lasted until the present. The present moment we use for. It is a period of time. For example, we have known each other for many years. They have rented our house for 2 months. It is a period of time. But what about since? It is a duration of something. In this case, we use since when we give the beginning point in the past, okay, in the event that continues from then until now. Okay, for example, I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. It is a specific point in time, breakfast. We have rented this house since 2019. It is a year. It is a specific point in time. For example, September is a specific point in time, and Wednesday is a specific day in the week, and we have to use since. He hasn't been at work since Wednesday. Okay? Very easy, no? Now, okay, we are going to talk about habitual actions. It is when activity has been repeated many times up until now. It is something that the action we repeat every day, every year, okay? I have called him 10 times and he still hasn't answered the phone, okay? The action you have repeat. She has seen the movie over 12 times, okay? He watched the movie a lot of times, okay? She likes the movie a lot, okay? When we use this expression, the first time, the second time, we use the present tense when we start sentences with this is the first time, okay? For example, this is the first time I have done it. That is the third time he has shouted at us, okay? be careful when we use these phrases. Okay? Very good. But now I need to show you the structure because it is very important. For example, in affirmative sentences, you have to use the subject. For example, Mario, Pedro, Maria, Mario y Pedro, or I, you, we, they. He, she, it. But we need an auxiliary verb, have and has. As you know, you have to focus on I, you, we, and they. Have lived, started, eaten. He, she, it has eaten. Okay? You have to use have with you, they, and has with he, she, it. That's the difference, okay? Now in negative is the same structure, we have to use not. I haven't lived. He hasn't eaten. That's the difference, okay? Now with questions, we have to use have and has in the first situation, no? Have, are you, we, they lived? He, has, she, eaten, okay? That's the difference in the structure because we are going to talk about weather using the present perfect. But now we have to know what is the irregular verbs in order to remember how to use the past participle. For example, we have regular verbs like watched, played, we studied, enjoyed, climbed, jumped, and cooked. In this case, these are regular verbs, and you don't change the form of the verb. No, it is watched in the past participle, watched, played, studied. Okay, in this case, you have to recognize, you have to know the regular verbs. Okay, but in the case of irregular verbs, don't follow normal patterns for tense and participle. They change the form. We ate, I drank, they slept. Okay? You have to know about it because they change the form, and you have to memorize in order to form the past participle. In this case, it is the past tense. Okay, in the dictionary, you can find the past participle, or you can go to reverse dictionary and you can find the forms of the irregular verbs. Don't forget reverse dictionary. Or also conjugate online. Okay, very easy. Now, we are going to analyze some sentences in order to use the present perfect to talk about weather. Describing recent weather conditions. Okay, we have had heavy rain in our area this week. Try to read and try to get the message, get the information. What do you think? Do you know what's the correct message? Okay, in this case, this sentence indicates that the heavy rain occurred at some point in the recent past with a connection to the present moment. Okay? Next, discussing weather patterns over time. Scientists have observed an increase in global temperature over the past century. Read and try to get the idea. Okay? Scientists describe actions or observations that have taken place over a period leading up to the present. Okay? It is related to the past, and it is a period, okay, related to the present. Okay? We are going to talk about referring to personal weather experiences. Okay? For example, I have never seen such strong winds before. Okay, try to read, try to relate to your experience. Try to get the idea. Okay. I described a personal experience that occurred at an unspecified time in the past, with relevance to the present discussion. Okay? Unspecified time, no, in the past. But I am talking about weather, and then it is a relevance, it has a good idea in this discussion. Okay? Next, expressing weather changes. The weather has changed significantly since yesterday. Okay, try to get the message. Okay, it indicates a change in weather conditions that has occurred between a past point in time. In this case, it's yesterday and the present moment. No? It is very important to use this. Now we are going to focus on commenting on weather events in the recent past. For example, there have been reports of thunderstorms in the area overnight. Okay? Okay, it is a situation during the night and are relevant to the current conversation. Yeah? Excellent. Now, when you are in a discussion about weather, you can use questions like this. Have you ever experienced a hurricane? Have you ever felt an earthquake? Have you ever witnessed a tornado? Have you ever noticed a rainbow after the rain? Have you ever observed a meteor shower? Okay, try to answer these questions at home, okay, in order to practice. Okay? Try to analyze the situation, try to analyze the weather conditions, and try to answer. Okay. In class, we are going to talk about it later. But now, we are going to talk about the forum, okay, of this master class about weather. In this case, here are some questions to test your understanding to the topic covered in this master class. Okay, we are going to think about these questions. Number one, have you ever experienced extreme weather events? How did they affect you and your community? Okay, it is related to your experience. Try to remember the sentence that we previously analyzed about experience and try to write your own sentences using the present perfect. And how did they affect? It is in the past tense. And you have to think about the past tense and try to use this time correctly. Okay? Question number 2. How has climate change impacted weather patterns in your region? Have you noticed any changes over time? Okay, in this case, you have to think about the climate, okay, and the changes over time. Now, you have to research online, try to find important information online in order to answer these questions. Remember, over time, and in your region. Okay? Number 3, what are some human activities that have contributed to habitat destruction? And what have been the consequences for ecosystems? Now, you have to think about human activities, okay? What have human activities contributed to habitat destruction? And also try to find online information about consequences for ecosystems. Also, you can relate to your experience about this situation in the weather, okay? A great deal has been said about the weather, but very little has ever been done. Mark Twain. And that's all for today, and thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.